Hey y'all. So, as you know, you are inside of this Facebook group or this community, this space because you want more marketing tips and information and you want to grow and expand your marketing and let more people know about who you are. And I'm curious to know, let me know in the comments, what is your morning routines? What do they look like? I remember when I was working my last 9 to 5, my morning routine, I would come in, I was doing sales on the phone, business to business sales on the phone, and I would come in and I had to figure out what worked and what I needed to do. But when I first came in, the goal was to follow up on everything that should have closed yesterday and should have been installed. So I checked those first because that's where I was going to get my money from, right? And then I went and I started checking on emails that I sent to clients that I'm waiting for them to sign the contract. So I literally went and kind of like reversed it. And for me, it seemed like my whole life worked better in reverse. So I know what the end goal is, and then let's start over there and work my way back. Since the goal was to get installs and make sales, I started with ensuring that my installs that were supposed to be done yesterday or this morning were done. Then I would go and check to say, okay, what installs are scheduled to be done today? Are they still on track? Does everything still look good? Okay, great. Next, I'm gonna check on my contracts to see if everybody has signed their contract that I was waiting on yesterday. Okay, great. Now it's following up with the people that I sent proposals to, and I'm waiting for them to say yes so I can send them the contract. Okay, great. And I literally kept working backwards. So I didn't start working on new leads until I got later in the day. And a lot of times that happened closer to 12 because every day I didn't have something in all those other places, but I had to work backwards because that's where the money was. And I wanted to ensure that I was getting closer to the money and then started working on this brand new pipeline of stuff. And then there were some days that I spent a lot of time on pipeline, bringing in new leads, and not as much time as working on the closed sale part of it. So I kind of went back and forth and figured out what worked. Now that I'm in small business, I'm in my personal business, my passion, something that I've been interested in since the beginning of time. And I loved marketing even before I knew it was called marketing. Now that I'm in that space, my goal is to, depending on the different time of the year, what's going on in my life, what it looks like as far as what I need to do in the morning when I first wakes up looks different. And a lot of times we try to focus on money generating activities first. And sometimes we don't. We just go right to doing whatever. Right now, I'm in a place of like, there's so many things that are changing when it comes to marketing. And I love to stay on top of those things and kind of nerd out on them. So as I'm getting stuff, as the days and things are going by, and in the evening I'm seeing an article or I'm seeing a something that I think that I need to check this out, I go ahead and earmark it and I watch it in the morning. I'm not watching it that evening because life is life and I'm tired, I'm not in the right mind space, whatever. And because I want to make sure I'm giving it my fresh and my best, because the thing that you do first thing in the morning typically gets your best attention, your best brain space, right? Because you're not thinking about all the things, you're just thinking about the one thing that you're listening to. You just woke up, right? So, with that being said, the thing that I do when I first start the day out is I go and start looking at trying to get in here. So, if anyone sends me a message out or has a comment, I'll be able to catch those. But what I normally try to do is literally say, okay, great, I'm here. Let me listen to and consume this marketing stuff, take my notes as I go along. But then in addition to that, I'm also following up with clients and things like that, making sure my client work is done and getting my stuff situated the way I need to situate it. So let me tell you, baby, like I'm from Louisiana, baby. So this morning, I want to say there were three things that I listened to, and this is all before 12 o'clock, and they all were saying pretty much the same thing. And I said, I need to come on here and tell y'all what the people saying. They are all saying the same thing. Yes, we know that before Black Friday hits, you need to, or before you're getting ready to do a launch or a sale, you need to increase your nurturing. You need to do more connections. You need to fill up the funnel with some new leads. You need to pour in and get more people involved and aware. So that way, when you do whatever set launch is, it'll be easier to make some sales because you're not just selling to the same old group of people that you've been talking to since the beginning of time. At the same token, you want to nurture the people that are currently on your list because you want to wake them back up. Hey, yes, I've been sending you stuff, something coming. Let me be intentional about the thing that I'm sending you and make sure we're leading up to it. So you're doing all of this And so the first one said you need to find out what people need or what they want, right? So they want your VIP session. That's what they want. But what they need is they need clarity on understanding when they're supposed to be doing all this stuff, and they're in fear that they're not able to accomplish whatever the thing is. They're in fear that they can't finish because the last time they didn't finish. They're not believing in themselves, and they don't know if they can believe you. They don't know if they can believe what you're offering. So that's the first messaging that came about, is find out what people want and give that to them. If they need to focus on their marketing every day for an hour or whatever the case may be, then maybe it's sending a text message. If they need the reassurance that if they put the work in, this is going to work, how can you build into the offer the reassurance and everything that they need, so that way they will keep moving forward, that they will invest the time, that they will do it this time. Like, how do you encourage them that this is the time that they're going to be able to get it done? And I know last time you didn't, or I know last time the person didn't, or last time the thing didn't. So you need to educate them on the belief that you believe in them, they should believe in you. You know, you want to show them all these things. And that's one of the things that you need to overcome, because overcoming that objection of what they're believing about you, about the thing, about themselves, about right now versus doing it later, you doing that with them is going to help them say, okay, let me go ahead and do this now with you. That was the first thing that came right. Second, it was, you need to set meetings that you haven't set before. Set meetings that you typically wouldn't set. And if you don't normally set meetings, you just need to set some meetings, right? You need to get in front of some new people and set some meetings. And so what does that look like? What does that mean? Whether it's going into Instagram and saying, hey, after you talk to the person for a little bit, hey, is it okay if we jump into a call? Can we talk? If it's in some paid groups or you're in some Facebook groups, it's posting a message and saying, hey, is anyone interested in talking so I can learn more about you, or so that you can learn more about what I offer, or so that I can ask you questions about my particular industry. Like, how do you view it? What's hindering you from not doing your marketing? Anybody interested in talking to me about that? I need to get some information on that. So scheduling meetings you normally wouldn't have. If you're afraid of going to talk to, there's something you want to do and you need an owner of a business to put your product in their place, then maybe it's going and scheduling a meeting with the owner of that business. I was like, oh, that's good. Because we've all been locked up for COVID. And yes, even though COVID has been done, they say, in the last year or so, there's still some residual left over from how people are still showing up and interacting. There's still a space of, I want to go out and have fun, but I don't want to go out and have fun. Or we've been doing meetings on Zoom, let's just Zoom it. And so sometimes it is fine to do the Zoom meeting, but sometimes I need to have a face-to-face with you. I need to connect with you in your face. And so that was the second one. The third one was, you need to get in front of new people. You need to expand your network and get in front of new people. And that's online, that's in person, that's all the places, all the things. If you do go to an in-person situation, get people's online information so you connect with them online. Whether it's their social media, whether it's their email, whatever, connect with them. Follow up. Don't just get their information, but actually follow up with them. Do all the things. So you want to expand that and get that information out. And then, ironically enough, when I was like, oh, I need to let the people know, I said, well, let me write down the 3 points that I just heard and put them all together concise for you. And in the midst of me doing that, I said, oh, you know what? Last night I was in a training for LinkedIn, and the lady was all about how to get your LinkedIn profile updated and to talk and get in front of new people and how to find these people. And I was like, okay, I know to do this on other platforms, but I haven't applied it to LinkedIn. So I found that to be interesting. The common thread between all of these was visibility. You need to get visible in front of other people, new people, your current audience. You need to get visible with what it is that they need and what it is that they want. If this is something that you're needing help with, then by all means, something that we definitely take care of here at Monica Michelle Marketing. So swing by solutionistm.com and schedule some time so we can talk and we can figure out exactly what it is you need and how we can plug in and help you with this. But at the end of the day, and this is something that I used to say all the time, you can have the best thing since sliced bread, but if no one knows that you offer it, they're not going to be able to get it. You can have the best thing since sliced bread. Like, it could be awesome, as my grandmother would say, it would be the bee's knees. But if no one knows that you have the solution to their problem, if they're dreaming about like this problem is getting in the way and I can't fix it, and they have no idea what it is they're going to do or how to do it and all this other stuff, if they have no idea how to do it and you have the answer to that, and you're not letting people know that you are the solution to the problem that they're experiencing, that you have the solution that's going to give them the breakthrough or the accomplishment or the sense of whatever, so that they can change their purpose or that they can let more people know about what it is that they resolve. If you have the thing and you're not offering and letting people know, is that not a disservice? Someone gave another story about it, and they said if you were in the middle of the street and a transfer truck's coming down the road about to hit you, and you didn't know that transfer truck was coming for whatever reason, and I could see the whole picture. I could see that this transfer truck is coming and you are in direct line and y'all finna collide. And if I don't say, hey, I got the solution, if I don't tell you that I have the solution, if I'm not loud enough to let you know that I have the solution, if I am not being like, that's not cool, right? And so the same thing it is when it comes to your business. You have the solution that someone else needs for their business. And at the end of the day, if you don't let people know, they're not gonna know. And if you don't overcome their limiting beliefs in you and the thing and themselves, then it's not going to be receptive to take it. If you don't give them, you know what they need to resolve it. But if you don't give them what they want first, Jesus said, I'm sitting over here trying to feed people the bread of life. I'm over here trying to give you all the goodness. And in the midst of me giving you the goodness, y'all hungry. Like y'all are naturally hungry. We've been traveling for hours. I've been talking for years and you are naturally hungry. So he said, okay, fine. You know what? Let me feed the people with a fish and the bread. Give the people some food so that way they can hear me spiritually and gain whatever this thing is that I'm trying to teach them, that I'm the way, the truth, the life. And so the same thing it is with your business. There's things that people need and there's things that they want. They think that they need this, but really that's a want. You need marketing in some format, in some fashion, right? Well, in order for me to do your marketing and sufficiently and make sure it's, I need to hear your voice. I need to understand what it is that you're offering. I need to know what is it that you're offering? When are you offering it? I need all that information. And so by me getting all this information, then I can execute better and all the good things. If you don't have it, then I have to give you, I can't just give you the marketing, even though that's what you want. I got to sit over here and figure out what is it that you need. Okay, we need clear messaging. Okay, we need to know what the offer is. Okay, we need to know, and I have to comb through that with you to help you figure it out or give you a resource to help you figure it out. Because at the end of the day, if your messaging, if your offer, if what it is you're wanting to do is not clear, then it's not going to be clear to your audience. If it's not clear to the people that you're working with, that are on your team, then it's not going to be clear to the masses. So again, if you need some help, that's what we do. That's what we're here for. Swing by solutionistm.com. And I look forward to talking to you in the future. See you later. Don't forget, let me know in the comments, what is your morning routine? What do you normally do?